Power grid operators issued a conservation alert for most of Texas on Monday when ERCOT expected to break a record for energy demand. But the agency assured us on Monday everything would be okay the rest of the week.
So why are we getting another alert less than 48 hours later? Ariel Placencia has been keeping an eye on the grid all day. How's it looking right now?
Chris and Izzy, things are certainly tight. This is ERCOT's supply and demand grid right here. And let me just pause for a quick second. ERCOT, a reminder, that's the body that kind of operates our state's power grid. Supply and demand showing us where we've been all day today. So demand, what we need, that blue line capacity, that's going to be the purple. And obviously you want plenty of space in between the two, right? You want to have enough supply to meet the demand. Notice though where we are right now at 5 o'clock, this gray line showing us where we are. Look how close those two lines are. And then when you look forward to the afternoon, I mean, there is some serious overlap. That blue line actually is in the middle of this fat purple line, which is just showing us that forecasted range of capacity. And so that's why there's certainly some concern, right? Because people are coming home from work, they want to crank down that AC. That's why ERCOT has asked Texans to conserve that power. We are under that conservation alert until 9 o'clock tonight, asking us to reduce the power. Don't run those appliances. Now, normally this graph that shows the grid conditions is all green, but because, again, we are under that alert, that's why we are in the yellow right now. Take a look at this number right now. Operating reserves, we're at about 2,800 megawatts. If this number were to dip below 1,000, under certain circumstances, that's when we could see those controlled outages. So that's what we look to this number to tell us. But Chris and Izzy, we know that within the last couple of hours, ERCOT already came out and said that they've activated some of those backup power plants because that's kind of what the situation is calling for right now.
In an area, I know demand's one thing, pricey another. How is that looking right now?
Yeah, so you remember in the winter storm, right? We had some customers, some Texans, maybe it was you, where you had that crazy high electric bill. Well, they had electric plans, right, that were based on wholesale electric rates that utilities pay those customers. And those rates were astronomical during the winter storm. Well, after that, state regulators got rid of those kind of residential plans and they lowered that maximum amount that utilities could have to pay for electricity from $9,000 to $5,000 per megawatt hour. Well, that price, that's exactly where we are right now. That is what those companies are paying. So we have reached the cap. And Chris and Izzy, we've actually been there for quite a while this afternoon.
All right, good information from our Dallas newsroom. Thank you, Ariel.